Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on BNN, the coverage of the 2022 Indy Pro. Specifically, we're going to be talking about the 212 in this video. More specifically, the top four for this year's Indy Pro 212. Now, let's look at the projected favorite to win the show. In first place currently is Noel Adame. We can see some comparison shots here. The Olympia on the left, the Puerto Vallarta right next to that one where he won it. New York Pro placing third next to that, and then fifth place last year at the Indy Pro. So pretty seasoned competitor, had a really good year last year. By far, in my opinion, the favorite coming into the show to win it. And, you know, when we look at the physique, when we look at the conditioning that he brought here, I think it's really competitive. I think he's very comparable to the other guys. Now, from the side, he is just an absolute monster. The width and depth of the hamstring drop is, really world-class. Definitely the biggest guy for 212 when you think about just pure muscle mass. We do have other gentlemen that we're going to talk about in just a second here, that are taller, which is surprising because typically in the 212 you have fairly shorter gentlemen. They have to stay within that 212, or back in the day it used to be like 205. They have to stay within a certain weight cap, just like classic physique. So Noel looking phenomenal. Really good conditioning. We're probably just about to start finals here in just a few minutes, so hopefully you guys get to enjoy this before you hop on and watch the finals. Of course, make sure you guys purchase the live stream. It is in the description of the video. Support bodybuilding, support Dave Bowers, support the Indy Pro, and also, the more money these shows make, the more money they'll be able to prospect or project for winnings next year. So something to think about. Now, from the left, we have let's see here. That one's Bryan Balzano, who did really well last year. And then in the red posing trunks, we have Yumon Eaton. And on the right, we have Emmanuel Rodriguez. And obviously, we'll go through each one of those guys in just a second. But, just talking about the thickness, the width of these guys, it's really impressive. Apologies on the black screen. Not sure what's going on there, but these are some shots from Mr. Bryan Balzano. Really impressive to think that, he hasn't really done much competitive shows. He came in placing fourth last year. And then before then, he won his pro card in men's middleweight at the 2014 NPC USA Championships. So, really impressive physique. Very fresh. I'm not sure why he took such a long time off. I'm sure I'd love to get him on the channel after the show and do a little 212 recap. But, he looks really good. Really, really good. The conditioning's really sharp. The glutes are just phenomenal. He kind of reminds me of, I wouldn't even say a smaller, but he reminds me a lot of Nathan Epler, who won last year's Indy Pro. So really, really good. I think he looks phenomenal. Where he's going to land in this lineup, I think he's going to have to knock off Mr. Yumon Eaton. And then I still think Noel Adame is the favorite to win the show so far. Going back to the footage here, lat spread. Everyone's really thick. But I think it's definitely going to be a conversation between Noel Adame for just the thickness, muscle maturity in the back. Unfortunately, Emmanuel Rodriguez, although he has a very pretty physique, he's kind of lacking some muscle in some shots, especially from the back we just saw. So, it's going to affect his placings. But, he's right now he's in top four. So I think that's really phenomenal. The midsection, I think Noel's been critiqued before because he kind of has like a bigger, blockier physique. And I think that just kind of plays into the legs, the shoulders. He's just a very, I wouldn't say unsymmetrical, just very freaky physique. And, sometimes it doesn't lend itself to him as well as we'd like it to. Now, this Yumon Eaton fella did not realize this was a pro debut. He's been competing since 2012, but he won his pro card back in 2020. So, really impressive to see him do so well coming into his pro debut. And I think he deserves whatever placing he gets. I think he deserved it. He looks probably one of the best looking guys on stage. very conditioned, very full. The structure, there's nothing really to critique him for. The midsection's really controlled. He has a great back, especially the upper back, just bonkers in thickness. I'd say the glutes could be a little harder, but the lower back could be just a tiny bit harder. But he just looks phenomenal. He reminds me of I can't think of the fella's name right now, but he did really well at the Tampa Pro last year in the 212. But love to hear what you guys' thoughts are in the comment sections below. But yeah, I think he's just doing really well right now. Good conditioning, good separation. He has the muscle mass that he needs to. Like I said, he's not missing anything. So I think he's going to be very competitive in this lineup coming into finals. Switching back to the comparisons, kind of exciting, moving Mr. Bryan Balzano into the middle. And he's gotta probably how official, but probably one of the best physiques I think on the stage right now. Very complete, nice tan, really, really good conditioning, crazy leg sweep. The quad sweeps are phenomenal. And they're low. You can see the difference between his leg insertions and Noel's insertions. They're both very thick, very wide. But when you look at Bryan's legs, it has a little bit of a difference to it. Now, from the side, I don't think it's a competition. I think Noel Adame wins these shots handily. But let me know down below your guys' thoughts on which shots you think each person won. I loved what one of you guys did in the open video. You gave me your feedback on which shots you thought each person won and kind of explained why. I thought that was a really good additive to the show. So I definitely do appreciate that. But kind of what I was just saying a second ago, Emmanuel Rodriguez, I think he just looks really good, but definitely needs a little bit of size. You'll see by the photo collage I put together for you guys. The last time we saw him was in 2020, placing 6th and 12th at the New York Pro and Tampa Pro in 2020. So he's had some time to put on the muscle. I think he's improved slightly. The conditioning, I think, wasn't never really a problem. But yeah, I think it looks really good, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the 212 so far. Let me know what you guys are thinking about the lineup. What are your predictions for the top 4? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm way off? Let me know down below. But this will be my recap for the 212 prejudging at this year's Indy Pro. If you enjoy my style of bodybuilding contest coverage, consider subscribing. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Saunch. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.